Carlucci Jacobs, Cindy's daughter-in-law, and we are here today to bring you some hope and talk about Devers United 2025.
Yes. Well, I tell you, women that are coming, I think we have 30 women speakers, and everyone has just got something new to impart to you. And we have on with us one of my dear friends, our dear friend Barbara Yoder. I'm trying to remember how many years we've known each other, maybe 30. But we're so glad to have been. You're going to be one of our speakers. Is there something God is telling you concerning this season?
I'm just really excited because I really believe that we're in a season where God's really kind of reconfiguring us all.
Yeah.
He's not making a total new us, but He's reconfiguring us, no matter whether we're young, old, middle aged, whatever, to really impact the new. And I want to say this: I went through just about hell for 3 years. One year was my health. The next year was a personal situation I had to navigate, which was extremely difficult. Then the third year, I had hip replacement, so it was like 3 years of just struggle. And I'm not young anymore. But the thing I want to say is I kept holding on to the word of the Lord. And God just totally reignited me. I just finished my latest book, published it in March.
Oh.
And so I want to say I feel that there's going to be something. I feel there's something going on generally with women, sort of like a resurrection. And then I just feel like there's new life that's going to be released, Cindy and Janae, at this dance, that there's God's gonna He's igniting something new. And it doesn't make any difference how old you are, there's a new ignition going on. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I think, one thing we don't talk about is moving through stages of life and doing it gracefully and how to make your changes and how not to let it mess up your mind or how do I do this? And a lot of times, women, we internalize these things. But I think that word reconfigure is a very important one
Yeah.
because I have found in my life, I'll go through a stage where, and so what I do is I reevaluate everything. Okay, am I going the right way? Am I doing, is there something more you want me to do? And I think, Barbara, with us, speaking to seniors a little bit, um, that we even how we relate to the younger generation at different points in our life, but
Yeah.
how do you age in a way that gives glory to God?
Well, I think the way I've done it is I've overcome every obstacle at every stage. And I'll say this: I never used to say my age, but and I never ever really thought that much about my age until till the eight went in front of everything. And when that eight went in front of everything, I'll just be honest. I thought my grandparents died when they were 85. My dad lived to be
Yeah, you
94.
think about that.
But I mean, everybody died in their 80s. So I'm thinking, oh, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit,
Right. Oh my.
but uh, I'm laughing about it. But there was consternation. There was like, oh my goodness, I'm the
Is it
big eight.
over? Yeah.
And I thought, but I thought, oh, am I going to be relevant and all this stuff? But I have a lot of young people in my life. I just went through an AI course, an 8-hour AI course. I'm reconfiguring the way I do everything. So I think it's an attitude, Cindy. Well, look at you. I mean, you're, I think, what, maybe 10 years younger, nine than
No,
me.
no, I'll be 74 this year.
Yeah. So, but I never thought about it till the big eight. But and I thought, what changed? Well, nothing changed. I'm still the same person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so I guess it's just a number. And but I do have to be aware that I don't have that much time yet to live. I'm in the
Yeah,
last phase,
yeah,
so I do think about living very purposefully,
yeah.
etc. So
Yeah, I
anyway,
think that's good. Well, even,
That's good.
I've talked to women who they're in their 20s and they're going to be 30. That's a big deal.
yeah.
They're 20s, 30 and they're not married or they're, whatever these and these are really things that we just don't talk about so much in church. We don't talk about these things.
Mhm.
And we don't talk about, okay, you're in your 40s. What do you do in your 40s? And to me, 40s is just beginning, right? For you, it's like, gee, a whole big lifetime, a generation ago, you know. And so I think that things that are important. And the word of the Lord, one thing that we have set this to be is after all the more like a morning session, then we're going to come back and prophesy over people. We're going to pray for people. And I think maybe you're watching and you just think, I just need encouragement. I'm just tired. I don't know what to do. This is real life. Okay. This is real life stuff. I mean, Barbara's saying, not till the 8 came in front, or for you, it might be the 4, it might be the 5, it might be 6. But in every age, there's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blessing that there wasn't in the last one.
Yeah.
So just giving an example of being reconfigured.
Well, I think for me, reconfiguration is uh, just continuing to believe that I can be relevant, I can hear from God, I can move forward, I can do, what I don't do quite as much as I did in previous days, but like I just said, I just took an AI course. I learned how to use AI. I did it in the fall of last
You're
year.
ahead of me.
Yeah, and I also learned how to use Mid Journey, which is a graphic thing, because I have a creative side. I love that, and I think just things like that, and then really learning how to live my life in a way that keeps it vibrant and alive. I do have to think about it a little bit more deliberately now, but I have kids in my life, and I've always loved children. And for instance, there's an 11-year-old. He's taller than I am. He's really tall, but he asks me every once in a while. He said, "Can we have a date?" And so just things like that. I go out with him and his mother, and we sit and talk. And he taught me a whole new language, the Gen Z language of
Yeah.
Skibbity and Ohio and all that. And I thought, what? They say when you get old, you need to learn a new language, to keep your brain alive. So I said, okay, Luke, you keep telling me, this language so I can learn it. And I actually went on the internet. It really is a language. It's a language of Gen Z. It's crazy. And so just stuff like that, never thinking, oh, this is stupid, or I know everything now. And I think keeping life as an adventure and
And I think
enjoying God, enjoying people,
Yeah.
and just keeping learning.
Yeah, I think friendships are so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Some of you are coming to the Debs, and we have heard the Deborahs United. We have heard woman after woman say, "Hey, I met a lifelong friend," or I had this connection that took me to my destiny. So it's what happens in the sessions, but it's what happens out of the sessions too, that we love so much, and women laughing together, enjoying life together. And you might say, well, Cindy, this is not very spiritual. No, it is very spiritual because it gives you longevity in your life. Remember Peter Wagner? We all knew Peter so well, and he was our mentor in many ways, or many of ours in some ways. But he always was interested in knowing more. He was interested in learning more. And I don't know if I'm taking an AI course, Barbara. You just stretched me a little bit there. But
I'll teach you.
Yeah, yeah. I think I might rely on the media team for that part. But but anyway, yeah, well, thank you. It's been so informative, been so good.
Well, before you go, I wanted to know, what is your book about?
Your new book.
It's on pioneering. I believe we're in a time of really reinventing a lot of things, and God needs trailblazers,
Yeah.
wholly fresh. They don't necessarily have to be young, although I think a lot of them are going to be young. And so the last 3.5 years, I had to sort of walk a new path, and out of that, God just taught me a lot. And so I felt, I really believe it's a mandate from God writing that book. And every part of it was miraculous in terms of getting it done and getting it done in a timely manner. So it's about that God's doing brand new things with new people that He's never done it with, and that pioneering, like Abraham went out not knowing where he was going. One of the chapters that I love the title. God gave it to me in the middle of the night. He said, "Walk off the map."
Oh,
And I thought, what? I woke up, he said, "Walk off the map." And I said, okay, are you saying something to me? And he said, "Yes, I want that to be a chapter." He said, "Write it down before you forget it." So I had to get up in the middle of the night and write down that phrase, but I love it. Walk off the map.
yeah.
And
That is
so
very
I
cool.
think that's life now. And Cindy, you do that so well, and you just, cheerlead people on. And I just want to affirm what you said. It's a place of connection, and those connections keep us stimulated. They might challenge us, or we might have something to give them. And that's one of the things I love about Deb. It's not just hearing everybody, and that's mind-blowing, because you bring people all over the map. It's you don't stay in one zone. You've got somebody who's planted 1,000 house churches in Nepal, from people who are dealing with school issues. So you get to hear a variety of things and meet a lot of people. And I just love it. And I think you do a fabulous job at it. And I always ask the questions, how does she draw that many different people? And I'm going to have her rub my head or something and give me a little bit of that. But I do want to say it's fabulous that way.
Yeah.
And as well as the spiritual content. But we're whole people, spirit, soul, and body, and we got to feed our souls. And maybe not feed our bodies so
And
much,
we
but
love you, and you had such a
love you.
huge
Look at
addition. We never can know what you're going to say, like walk off the map.
I love it. Yes. And when we get the reviews, because we like really care, how did they like it? Is there anything they're wanting more of? And the only thing, like, I hear all exactly what you guys are saying. Like, I made friendships. I learned so much. I can't wait to watch it back, because I was taking notes on this person and that person. And yeah, you get a little bit of what God is doing around the world. So that's cool. But the one thing we hear that they want more of is ministry time. And so, like Cindy was saying, at the end of each session, then the speakers from that session are going to come back up at the end, and they're going to give prophetic words to everybody that, the Lord tells them to, of course. And I love that our speakers are willing to do that. You guys are so amazing that you're not just speak and then you disappear. You really do interact with the crowd. And I love our ministry times, and our ministry team will be there too, giving words throughout the entire time.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. So we want to invite you all to come. Deborah's United, July 17th through 19th. It's going to be here in the Dallas area at our friend Chuck Pierce's facility. Just to see that facility, 55,000 square feet. It has a Israel's garden, one for every tribe. You can go walk the garden path. He has art galleries. I mean, it's an experience just to walk into that building for sure. And it's close to the airport. I don't know, 20-25 minutes to get there, so it's not hard. So come on, be an adventurer and come join us at Deborah's United.
Yeah, walk off the map.
I love it. Thank you for coming on with us, Barbara. And they can get your book, right?
Yeah, they'll get my book. I have it there. But excited to see you too.
I know, me too.
So you're going to be able to premiere it at the Deborah's?
Yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, well, get ready. Come on, you all want to buy one.
All right, we will see you all
Thank
there.
you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.